just a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now Foles. And the grab by Croft. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that? Who
are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On third down, Thomas. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Cardinals now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted number 1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20. The first carry now. This is Johnson. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. Steps away. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Murray again, 2nd and 10. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. Second and 5 now. Foles, and a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6. Yard line. Here's the fullback. This is Roosevelt Nix. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
Watch the run.
Foles. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Foles. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On that quick throw, what do you think? Possibly something they saw at the line to go there?
Possibly in the game plan. And you notice they went with an empty backfield. No backs there to help with pass protection. So you have to have a counter to that because you know they're probably going to bring pressure when they see an empty backfield. So you get rid of the ball quickly. Quick drop, ball's out of the quarterback's hands, keeps it from getting hit, and they get a completion.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Parsons. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback, and then he delivers the ball.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence. It borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
Sharks got it, left side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10 on the toss. Here's Johnson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Malik Jackson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Murray. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Murray has the 1st down and more. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another 1st down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open man right side is Shark. 4 yards on the dump off at 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Possibly a good spot here to take a shot as they come out with 3 receivers to the left on 2nd and less than a yard. 2nd down and inches. We'll get her here. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast, but sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And Lutz puts this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Murray, he's used to moving fast at Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Murray now on 1st down. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Murray with a third and long. That's caught by Keyshawn Johnson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Max Williams. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that one puts them on top here in the third. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though. To put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now Foles. He's got the hook up to Lee.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back to throw here. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down.
Got him! Let's go, boys! Let's go!
Now we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
We got 6 all day.
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Gearing up for their next possession, Nick Foles and the Jags. And he's probably wondering, how do I get that mojo back from the first half that he seems to have lost a little bit here in the third quarter?
And every guy has his whisperer on the team. You know, that one guy who can say things to him that other people can't. Right now, he's looking for that guy to kind of, hey, we're good. We're good. One interception. Just get it back. Get back to being who you are. And this team will be okay.
Yeah, because they led at halftime, trailing now. They'll keep it on the ground. Parsons looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. Foles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Parsons. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Armstead. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Foles. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. On the return is Williams. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Well, right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball? Meaning a 50-50. The ball's in the air, defender's there, receiver's there. Who's going to make a play on the football?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A big play there. His his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the... the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Thomas. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Darius Philon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. The 30, past the 20, touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, 93 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Murray now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. First down, Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack on 1st down, Murray, and the pressure gets to him again. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray, and he's going to go down again.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down, it's Parsons, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Foles. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Johnson. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The busy night continues for Johnson. Johnson, it's poked free. Football's out. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. On the ground, this is Johnson. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. A gutsy decision there going for it on fourth, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's so many other options they probably could have exercised in that situation, but they bet on themselves, and it paid off.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. On first down, it's Johnson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either